Hello friends, welcome to my channel and today we will learn another important topic of PMP which is organization culture and change management. How the organization culture affects what are the key points we will learn today. Organization culture and styles. So before starting to any project, project manager should understand what is the organization culture and what is style. This will actually help project management to work better, manage resources, schedule, cost, and budget. So, what is the view of leadership? What is the hierarchy? How the authority of project manager affects the organization culture, or how the organization is defining the authority of project manager should be understood. How the diversity, equity, and inclusion practices are running in the organization. What are the compliances? How the risk tolerance is there? Is the organization is risk acceptance mode or it's a risk awareness mode or it is a risk averse mode? How the regulations, policy and procedures are defined in the organization? What is the code of conduct and motivation and reward systems? Now we will see the change management, how the change management works in the organization. A structured cyclic approach is used to guide individuals, teams, and organizations for their current state to a desired future state where benefits are realized. This approach focuses on managing the transition effectively. In the change management, actually, organization needs to go from state X to state Y. So it is a cyclic approach. It's a structured and cyclic approach and used to guide individual, team, department, or the organization from their one stage to their desired stage. So for that they need to take some actions, right? It is a different from project change control, which deals with identifying, documenting and approving or rejecting changes to project document deliverables or baseline. So it is not like a documentation change management. Okay, it is not like documentation changes. It's a real changes. It's a mindset changes. It's a change in the behavior of the people. For example, suppose you are working in a waterfall model where the delivery has to given on at the end of the product. But now your organization wants to go in the agile mode where delivery is very frequent and working style is also completely different. So it's a complete change for the organization, right? Who embrace this change as a strategy? Organization. It's organization responsibility. Change management coordinates and assigned by the PMO. Change management approach helps to manage changes. If you do not understand about the PMO, please go back to my previous video of the PMO. You will understand what is the PMO. It's a project management offices. Now, change management has a framework. There's a many framework in the change management, but we are discussing here four change management framework. So first is the PESL. Remember the word PESL, PESTLE, political, economic, social, technical, legal, and environment. These are the factors which can drive the change in the organization, which can affect the change in the organizations. So before going to any change in the organization, project manager or PMO has to understand all these factors of the PESL. Another framework is called the TCOP. It's a technical, environmental, commercial, operational, and political. So TCOP is also another change framework which describes how the change management will affect by these factors. Technical is actually how the technology changes will affect the management, how the technology changes will affect the organization, what is the environment right now, is it suitable for the change in the organization, what is the commercial aspects, is the organization ready to cope up with the cost of the change or changes which is coming, is the operational difficulties are feasible to address, what are the political scenario? Geopolitical scenario also comes in this. Another change management framework is the VUCA. So you can see that the first letter of all these aspects come and this is the acronym of these complete words. So VUCA is nothing but a volatility, uncertainty, complexity and ambiguity. So volatility, uncertainty, how uncertain is the markets are there with respect to financial, with respect to political, with respect to geopolitical environment. What is the complexity of the changes and ambiguity? The framework which is very popular for the change management is the EDGAR model. A mindset change requires to bring organization changes. So EDGAR model names 5 milestones an individual must achieve in order to change success. What are these? First is the awareness. So awareness of the need for changes should be read across the organization. Everybody should understand what is going to be changed. what will happen without this change. If we are not performing any change, then what will going to happen? For example, right now the era of artificial intelligence is there, and if organization is not responding with these changes, what are the effects are going to come on the organization? So this is the awareness to the employees. Now desire to support the change. How do I benefit from this change? Motivation to the employee to the changes is very difficult. Okay, it is not at all easy. So how the employees will desire, they will understand the change and how they will benefit it. Knowledge of how to change, tools, training, upskilling. Without knowledge, organization cannot bring the changes, because every changes will change some processes, some tools. For that, upskilling and tool training required. Ability to demonstrate new skills and behavior, allowing people to implement the change. So the people should implement the new things. They are free to experiment. Reinforcement to make the changes stick, show credible results. It means once the changes acquired and done, then there should be some fruitful results. There should be some credible results which is shown to the organization. This is the change curve. Here we can see when the change brings a stage of shock spread among the employees or the stakeholders. Then they are in a denial mode that this is not rightly happened, everything is working fine, good. There may be an anger and blame that okay, this is ridiculous, this is not correct. They also has a fear and bargaining, okay, it may affect their job or their comfortable zone. This is the resistance phase. When the organization impose it falsely, they also went for the depression. So the employees, stakeholders can go at the depression stage, okay, what is this point? This will never work. Why you are doing this? It's a waste of time, it's a waste of money. Then a positive acceptance phase will also appear. Few of the employee accept the exploration. They decided to try it, and if it works fine, then they spread the positive energy, positive news in all the stakeholders or teams, and then they start integration. Let's do it. So there's a resistance phase, there's acceptance phase. The change curves tell us this is actually also happening in our day-to-day life whenever the changes appears in our daily life or our society. So the change curve tells us how the change appears in the organization. In the next video we will see a new concept of PMP examinations. Thank you very much. Please like, share, comments my channel.